"Go ahead, walk away," he said. The smirk never left his face, the kind of smirk men wear when they think they own you. "You wouldn't last a week without me." His words echoed in the marble kitchen he'd paid for, every syllable sharp, smug, final. I looked at him, crisp suit, glass of scotch, confidence built entirely on my silence. And then, quietly, I set my keys on the counter. No tears, no begging, just metal against marble, the sound of freedom disguised as surrender. Then I walked out. I met Daniel 5 years ago. He was magnetic then, charming, attentive, the kind of man who made everyone in the room feel smaller just by standing near him. I was fresh out of grad school, working in data analytics for a small consulting firm his company acquired. He said I was the smartest person he'd ever met. I believed him. When he proposed, it wasn't romantic, it was strategic. A power couple, he said. You and me, unstoppable. And for a while, we were, until I realized that unstoppable meant him holding the steering wheel while I built the engine. He'd call me his lucky charm in public. In private, I was his proof that he could have brilliance without needing to be it. The first betrayal wasn't loud. It came in the form of a contract. One night, while reviewing some of his company's internal reports, because of course he'd always dump work on me, I saw it. My name, my data models, my research, rebranded, repurposed, filed under his innovation initiative. He'd used my work to climb, took the credit, the bonuses, the praise. When I confronted him, he laughed. "Sweetheart," he said, "we're married. What's mine is yours, right?" That was the night something inside me shifted. He thought my silence was submission. It wasn't. It was calculation. For months I planned, not out of rage, rage is sloppy, out of precision. I began moving like a ghost inside his empire. Every report I wrote, every formula I built, I saved copies under my own encrypted archive. Every board memo he signed, I tracked back to my data fingerprints. I didn't need to expose him yet, not until it mattered. He'd always underestimated me, thought I was the quiet genius who didn't want credit, the supportive wife who'd trade power for peace. He mistook composure for weakness, and that mistake was going to cost him everything. The day he threw his little challenge, "You wouldn't last a week without me," I was already done. He thought I'd break, but he didn't know I'd already built my exit months earlier. While he was busy flaunting his success, I'd been meeting quietly with his company's CFO, and his father's boss, the chairman of the board. You see, Daniel's promotion, the one he bragged about to anyone who'd listen, was built on my algorithms. The same algorithms that contained embedded ownership metadata with my initials. A legal fingerprint, invisible to most, undeniable to lawyers. So when I walked out that day, I didn't just leave him. I left behind evidence, proof that the foundation of his success was theft. The next morning, I woke up in a quiet apartment downtown, one I'd leased under my own name months before. Phone buzzing, non-stop. His father, his boss, his legal team. Apparently, the compliance department had received an anonymous tip, a file linking Daniel to intellectual property violations and data theft. A file that traced directly back to the systems he managed. The same systems I used to build his rise. By noon, the company's stock dipped 5%. By evening, Daniel's name was pulled from the executive directory. And me? I sat there, calm, coffee in hand, watching the chaos unfold in real time. He called that night. 16 missed calls. 1 voicemail. "You don't understand what you've done," he said. His voice was shaking. "They're suspending me. My father's furious. You've ruined me." No, I thought. You ruined yourself. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. He wanted a reaction. I wanted silence to echo louder than any word could. The bank called next. Joint accounts frozen pending ongoing investigations. His credit line flagged. His company stock seized for audit. And somewhere in the middle of it all, I received a message from his assistant, the one who used to smirk at me like I was invisible. "Smart move," she wrote. "Didn't know you were the real brains." I smiled. Days later, I heard he'd been removed from the board entirely. His father tried to clean up the mess, but the evidence trail was too neat, too deliberate, and every line led back to the same conclusion: he'd stolen from his own company. I never stepped foot in a courtroom. I didn't need to. He'd already lost the one thing that mattered most to him: his reputation. Now, when people ask why I left him, I just say, he challenged me to survive without him, and I did. Better than he ever imagined. He wanted me to prove I needed him. Instead, I proved the opposite, that he